Hello, and welcome back to the Spooky Horror Show podcast. As always, I'm your host, Sean, and I'm joined by Anthony.
Hello.
Today, we're going to be talking about the 2017. Holy shit, this movie was made in 2017. I did not think it was...
Bro.
I did not think it was that...
2017. Dude, that's long.
Yeah, that's a while ago,
long.
but I thought that this felt like it was like a 2010 movie. Like, it feels...
Yeah, I guess so, yeah. It feels old, but everything from our time period feels old now, so.
Yeah. The 2017 horror comedy, Attack of the Killer Donuts.
Oh, it is comedy.
But before all that, remember, if you'd like to support us, if you're watching us on YouTube, like, subscribe, leave a comment. All of that helps us with engagement and the YouTube algorithm. The video version of the podcast is also available on Spotify, where you can follow us, rate us, leave comments as well. That does also help, and it would be appreciated to help us get some more stuff going over there. The audio-only version is also available on every other platform, so you can listen to us or watch us on the platform of your choosing. Links for everything are in the description below. Now that housekeeping is out of the way, Anthony, I sent you my 3D printer, and you have finally set it up, figured out leveling.
Oh, God.
What have you been printing? And are you now addicted?
Oh, well, actually, I actually did a little health test. Though this is a fucking lie, because this worked perfectly, and then the next one after that absolutely failed. So no, I'm literally going through every fucking painstaking thing every single person that starts printing does, and absolutely hates it. No, so every single person that gets one, I'm going through every fucking thing on the world. I had one really good print, then I had the dog print. I went to go print him in an axolotl. Didn't fucking work at all. Just fucking kid goes, "Oh, you got spaghetti? What the fuck is spaghetti? Stop watching YouTube." And oh
yeah, no, that's what it's called. It's called spaghetti. On the newer ones,
it's all I've heard for the last 2 years. Can we get a 3D printer? Can we get a 3D printer? I'm like, just calm the fuck down. I don't know anything about these things.
Now that you're figuring out the leveling process, I sent you that one guy that was like, he does like the paper test at the beginning.
Oh, I got a guy that has a feeler gauge now. I got a guy that has a fucking printer fucking thing.
Yeah. Because
there's 7 million ways to do this.
Because it's essentially like, once you put it down, I think with this one guy, what I did before I got my new one, the one where it's like, he just like puts a piece of paper and like he moves the thing over and he just tests it in the spots real quick and adjusts the things. It's once I figured that out, I never had a problem with printing. I didn't have to do like a whole lot, and I had like the spatula thing to like pop it off.
Yeah, pop it off.
And it's like, if you're having trouble taking some of the stuff off, usually if you heat up the bed, it'll soften the bottom and you can boop. Yeah.
Yeah, if you preheat it before because it doesn't preheat itself, but if you do a preheated, well, it seems to work better. But I think what it is I'm looking up the nozzle. I've done a bunch of the fucking tests. The nozzle when it curls into itself, there's a clog. So I got a clog somewhere. I'm popping that bastard off tomorrow. I'm cleaning it or putting another tip on and then trying that.
Because what'll happen is you'll get used to manually doing all the stuff on that one.
Yeah.
And then you'll buy one where it auto levels and you don't have to fucking worry about it now. Because I sent you my old Creality, my Ender, I think it's like an Ender 3 Pro. The new, I think it's the Ender 3 V3. I think I sent you a picture of it on Discord. I think it's like $189. Pretty sure it comes with a camera. It has like the auto leveling, and it's like from the time you set everything up to the time to print, it's like 20 minutes, and then you're just good to go. Yeah, and it's only like $189. So it's like, this one is really good because you're learning how to do the shit yourself if you have to. So it's like, once you figure out all that stuff, then you could be like, all right, fuck it, I'm gonna go get one that has all the bells and whistles. That's why I told you, like, hey, don't go crazy buying a ton of attachments for it, because you're gonna end up being like, I could just buy a new one for the amount that I'm spending and then just have this as a backup. Because now I have the Elegoo Centauri Carbon 2. It's one of the ones that's like enclosed, but it has the multi-filament adapter on it, so I can print multiple things. Yeah.
So I was looking at that and learning how you have to do them in stages and stops.
My main problem, like I was telling you, was supports. Supports were like the biggest thing. I couldn't, every time I would do them, the supports would be fused to the model itself, and it would ruin whole model. I wonder, hold on, let me look inside my thing. Maybe I have, because it's like, you can see my camera now. This is my all of my waste.
Junk.
Do you see all this shit?
Yeah. Was Hero?
One Piece.
Was Zoro?
Yeah, Zoro. And
wow, that's a lot stuck on it.
Yeah. It's fused to him. I can't get it off, and it's solid. It's just solid inside. So it's a shit ton of a filament that's just like wasted now. You know what I mean? So it's like I'm fucked. So I was like, I need to figure out how to properly set up supports. That's the problem. You know, the video that I sent you where it was like, hey, they set the stuff to like this absurd number because I want to make sure the prints succeed, but it's too much, and you end up having the problem where the supports fuse to the model. So since I made those changes, no, you can do a light like blow on them, like, and they fall off, and it's like, oh, this is fucking perfect now. We took the kiddo to up to Dallas for what is it called? Texas Frightmare Fest?
Fright Night?
Like that? No, Texas Frightmare, something like that. It's a horror convention up in Fort Worth, Dallas area. Mainly because every night during dinner we have movie night, and what we've been doing is we start like a horror franchise, and then we watch it to completion. Like every night we watch a different thing. So it's like we watched all of Child's Play, including the TV series that was on Sci-Fi.
Oh my god. Oh yeah, there was that one.
We watched all of Scream. We watched all of Megan.
I haven't seen any Megan.
The first Megan's good. The second Megan isn't that good. They
went too far.
They made, because Megan became like a cultural icon. They turned her into kind of a joke where it's like she's the good guy now, and it's like that's not what Megan is.
No.
Stop it.
No.
But well, and now they're doing like a spin-off to it where it's basically a sex doll, not Megan.
Oh.
But it's like the same company and stuff is making sex dolls with the same tech, and then that goes on like a killing spree. I think it's called like Partner or something. I don't know.
Well, it's kind of like that Subservient.
Yeah. But we've done I Know What You Did Last Summer. Currently we're doing Evil Dead. I think tomorrow we're watching the 2013 remake, and then we have Rise, and then we'll go through Ash vs. Evil Dead, and then by that time, I think Evil Dead Burn should be out in theaters, and we'll go see that. But he loved Scream, and what's his name? My kid liked too. Wasn't that bad? He really liked Scream, but he loves Matthew Lillard because Matthew Lillard is his Shaggy. Matthew Lillard is his William Afton from Five Nights at Freddy's. You know, it's a ton of stuff that he's been in is stuff that he loves. So I was like, look, I'll never not pass up an opportunity to meet Matthew Lillard. Like, I've loved Matthew Lillard since SLC Punk and Hackers.
Yes, we actually watched Hackers the other night.
We had tried to meet him the year before. This was the convention I told you about that was just an utter fucking shit show. Like, they had nothing fucking done. So we were like, look, it's probably going to be busy again. You can't like pre-order tickets, but you can do photo ops with them.
Yeah, like a spot to do it, right?
Yeah, so it's like we can do the photo ops, and no matter what, even if you can't get his autograph, you'll get a photo with him, so we can at least do that. So he's like, okay, like that's I'm okay with that. So we're like, okay, so we get that, and then we're like, oh, they have the entire OG Scream group there. Do you want a photo with them?
I was saying about fucking Jamie Kennedy and shit.
Yeah, he was like, that sounds good. So it's like, well, you know, McKenna's there too. Do you want a photo with her as well? So he's like, okay. So he did it. And this time I was hyper vigilant. I wanted to go, and I wanted to, while we were there, shoot some like video and stuff for the podcast and everything. But I was like, it's things are too crowded, and I'm having to run around and grab virtual tickets and jump on lines to make sure that he can get in line for this and get in line for that and like hop around and stuff like that. So it was like, I couldn't like focus on that stuff. But the solo Matthew Lillard photo, just him, because it's like that's for him. But I was like, the Scream cast photo,
that's for everyone.
We'll all get in, but I was like, we're again gonna make sure that you're next to Matthew Lillard, right? So we get him for that, bring him over to Matthew Lillard. He stands there. I'm in between the dude that was dressed in the Ghostface costume for the movie and David Arquette.
It's not them, clearly.
Is next to Skeet Arch because she fucking loves him. Jackie's looking at the photo and she's like, oh man, you're like lurched forward. And I'm like, yeah, because I'm like 2 feet taller than all those guys. So it's like they're trying to put their arms around like my shoulders and stuff, but so like I have to hunch. It's weird. We got that taken care of Friday when we first showed up. This way we could focus Saturday. We had the 2 other photos, but the rest of the day we could just try to get the autographs. So I'm hopping between all the other Scream people to get in the lines so that he can get up and have his Scream stuff signed and get his photos with the people and all that stuff. The time comes for his solo with Matthew Lillard. Before you go in, so you're not going in with all your stuff, there's a table and you just put all your shit down on the table and then you go in, take the photo, immediately come out and grab your stuff. And I was like, hey, I already went in with him for his one with McKenna Grace so you could stay outside. You go inside with him for this one, I'll stay with the stuff. So she goes in, and while they're being ushered in, I take all the bags over to the photo station so I can like grab the stuff when it comes out. I see the photo come out. The size smile on his face is gigantic. And all of a sudden I see them turn the corner and Jackie is just gushing. Jensen's face is bright red. She's like, you know, they took the photo, and as he's leaving, Jensen was like, oh my God, this is crazy. And Matthew Lillard started talking to Jensen in the Shaggy voice.
Oh God.
Yeah. Which then made Jensen like go, oh my God. And like, he was like kind of getting flustered. So like Matt was like hugging him, was like, it's okay. And was like talking to him in like the Shaggy voice and everything. And he was like, oh my God. And Jackie's just like, Jesus fucking Christ. Like what is happening right now? And then we leave and he's like, this is the best day of my fucking life.
Good.
His photos, like his autograph things, out of fucking control Saturday. So we're like, all right, we have one more day. We have Sunday. The doors open at 11. We'll get there at like 10 and then hopefully get in time so we can at least grab a virtual line ticket because it's a shorter day and stuff. I was like, still no guarantee, but we'll try. We get there, and at first Jackie's like, well, we just need to get there at like 10:30. And I was like, babe, these people are gonna probably be lined up out there at like 9 o'clock, 8 o'clock in the morning. We get there at like 10:05. The line is zigzagged all over the place. We didn't get inside the building until about 11:30. We get in. The second we walk in and we get past security, we turn and go right into the hall, and there's a line right there. And I was like, what is this line for? They're like, oh, it's for Matthew Lillard. And I was like, okay, I'm just going to stand right here. As I'm standing there, I see one of the event staff walk by, and they're like, yeah, it's a short day. We don't know if any of the people back here are going to be able to go because he has a panel, and then he has photo ops and stuff. So, and then he has to be out of here by a certain time because it's like the next day was Memorial Day. So I'm sure he wants to like fucking go home.
Yeah.
So it's like we're waiting there, and then all of a sudden they come by and they're like, sorry everyone, virtual line is closed. There are no more tickets for Matthew Lillard. And he's like, Jensen's like, it's okay. It's like, at least I got the photos with him. We're not going to be able to meet him.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right. So I was like, as a consolation prize, the previous year we had bought this giant crocheted stuffed Freddy Fazbear from this person. And I'll put their stuff there because this woman is fucking amazing. And we went and we were talking to her because there was one he wanted last year, but it had already sold. I think it was a spring trap that he wanted.
Oh, okay.
And it was another huge one. It's you could see it in the photo with Matthew Lillard, which she's part of the reason for that. So we go over and she remembers us from last year because she only had 2 of those giant plushes. She had the spring trap and she had the Freddy. The spring trap was sold, so we bought the Freddy. This year she had the spring trap, so we're like, we'll buy the spring trap. And she was like, oh, thanks for, buying the other one. It's like, yeah, it's no problem. We were probably going to buy it anyway, but it's more of a consolation prize because this is the second year in a row that like we've tried every single day to get in like the line for Matthew Lillard so he can meet him, and it's just constantly closed off and there's no tickets, and it's never worked. And she's like, he still hasn't like actually gone up and like met Matthew Lillard. I was like, we had like the photo ops and everything, but you know how that is. It's like you're like, it's like a conveyor belt. And she was like,
and then you're done. Yeah.
She goes, hold on a second, I'll be right back.
Oh God. She
walks away and we're like, oh, okay. And then she comes back and she has one of the virtual tickets. for Matthew Lillard. So now it's just a matter of waiting for our number to get called. So we're like, all right, fuck it. I guess we're just going to sit around. I figured like we'd go on to the meet and greet line, do that, bing, bang, boom, and then we can just leave to drive back to Austin. Now we have to wait around. So I'm like, all right, fine. Our number gets called. We go up, we're on the line with everyone, and we're standing at the back of the line. And I'm looking around, and I'm like, okay, we've been here for a while, and I know that at like 1 o'clock, he has a panel. And then at 3 o'clock, he has photo ops. So he's probably not going to go do the panel from like 1 to 2, then come down here for an hour to then go back upstairs to do photo ops. He's probably going to do the panel, then go eat lunch, then go do photos.
Yeah.
So again, we're at the back of the line, and I know other people have tickets. And I'm looking at Jackie, and I'm like, are we it? Is this just like
for us?
Is this just the end? Because we're in the back of like 3 rows, and Matthew he's talking to this family that has this special needs kid and everything, and the kid is just like, he's over the moon that he's meeting Matthew Lillard for the first time, and every single person that goes up to talk to him, this is what makes him such a good guy. For the most part, he will stay until after closing to make sure everyone meets him. And then when people come up, he's super nice and personable and will talk and be very loving and attentive to like everyone that comes up, which isn't the case with a lot of people. So like they walk away, and I see him look at his watch, and he's like, he turns around and he looks at me and goes, "Don't worry, I'll be right back." And I'm like, nah, I know that. That's from Scream. His whole scene, "I'll be right back," you know?
Yeah.
So he disappears. He disappears into like a crowd of people. Like he doesn't go back to like his signing thing. He like disappears someplace else, and everyone's like, where the fuck did Matthew go? Like, what is going on? And he comes walking back, and he walks over to Jackie, and he puts his hands on Jackie's shoulder, like her shoulders, and he goes, "Watch this. We're gonna get through this super quick." And I'm like, okay. And then he grabs Jensen's arm and just starts pulling him away from us. And I'm like, what is going on? And Jensen's like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. I don't know what's happening. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. And then he looks back at us and he's like, what are you doing? Come on. And we're like, okay. So we follow him. He drags us to the front of the line in VIP.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And Jensen just looks at us and goes, what the fuck just happened? And I was like, dude, I have no fucking clue what the fuck just happened.
You just got stolen by fucking Matthew Lillard.
He remembered Jackie and Jensen from Saturday at the photo op.
Yeah. So
he pulled all of us to the front, and he's talking to Jensen about all this stuff, and then he's talking to me, and I was like, you know, we've gone through all this stuff. You're like, I've tried to get him into Scooby-Doo, and I've never been able to. I tried with like all the old campy stuff, and then I tried a pup named Scooby-Doo. That's an easy in. And it wasn't until Mystery Incorporated that he was like, oh. And then, you know, obviously the live actions, and he's like, it's like, now you're just like his Shaggy. I was like, but now I kind of want him to watch, now that he's older, I want him to watch like Hackers and SLC Punk and like all these other things. Yeah. He's like, you know, we're talking about that. And then him and Jensen go to take a photo, and Jackie's like, I don't want a photo. And then he just looks and he goes, no, come on, everyone, come into the photo. And then he drags us all into the photo to like take it as like one big happy family.
Yeah, oh my God. Dude, he's usually known to be a really good guy. Yeah. I just love the video of him chasing that guy. I'm getting closer in his fucking underwear.
Yeah.
He is an absolute legend for that.
And it's like,
listen, motherfucker. I'm getting closer, motherfucker. I'm getting closer. You picked the wrong day, motherfucker. I was like, oh my God, he's awesome.
He kept going like in and out of like the Shaggy voice talking to Jensen, and Jensen doesn't know what the fuck's going on. He's just like, this is fucking insane right now. I'm meeting one of like my favorite actors, which his other favorite actor is Keith David, which is just weird to me. You know, from The Thing.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, that Keith David.
Dude, that guy's fucking awesome. When did you meet him?
We didn't meet him, but Jensen knows him through his voice acting work, where once he hears his voice, he goes, oh, that's Keith David. So when he sees him in live action stuff, he's like, oh, that's Keith David. So when we were watching The Thing, he's like, oh shit, is that Keith David? I was like, Jesus Christ, how the fuck do you know who this man is? That's crazy. And so it was like, after that, I was just like, so like, you're high on life right now, aren't you? And he's like, yeah.
Me?
And I was like, I was like, I want you to understand. Part of the things I tell him, like, just talk to people, be personable and stuff like that, and you never
You
know
don't
what could
have to
happen.
have long conversations.
Because we stopped at the place and spoke to the person that ran that booth, we got the last ticket, which they probably had a cutoff, and someone was like, hey, can I just get one and just make it out for Matthew
One
Lloyd?
more.
And then she gave it to us, you know, waiting online, being nice, being patient, and then look what happened. You think, oh, this is going to take forever, and then he comes up and personally takes you to the front of the line in front of everyone else, where everyone else is looking at us like, what the fuck is going on? How the fuck did they just cut all of us? You know, I was like, so, you know, don't be scared to talk to people. Like, just talk.
Yeah.
And I was like, I want you to understand, like, this isn't going to happen all the time. Like, this could just be like a once in a lifetime thing. So soak it in. Like, you know.
Understand.
And he was like, this is awesome. I was like, I'm glad you had a good time. Well, we now need to take a break. And then on the ride home, he's like, oh, Violet McGraw's going to be at the Houston Horror Convention. I was like, you son of a fucking bitch. God damn it. So now we might be going to Houston or Sugarland. I don't really remember exactly where it is.
Oh.
So that's been like my 2 weeks. So I'm hoping to have a little bit of a reprieve, but then with the construction happening.
Well, the construction is probably not going to happen.
Yeah, it's like, I know they're digging out under the house starting this week. I don't know how long that's going to go. So I don't know when stuff's going to be lifted. So it's like, I don't know if it's going to like fuck with my power. So it's like, we're recording all this now. And I don't know if I'll have power to like sit here and edit it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I might get fucked and be like, well, I'm not going to have power for the majority of the day. I'm only going to have power at night when they rehook everything up before they do stuff. So it's like, I don't know. So it is what it is. I might have to like rush to try to get everything set up so I could just put it on an external hard drive and then try and edit it on my laptop. But my laptop does not have a dedicated graphics card, so I don't know how it'll work. So it's like, I don't know. But you ready for production facts? There's not a lot.
I was going to say, I highly doubt there's going to be much to the script. So
Attack of the Killer Donuts was directed by Scott Wheeler and written by Nathan Dalton, Krista Christopher, okay, and Raphael Diaz-Wagner. I was not expecting that name. The film stars Justin Ray, Kayla Compton, who I know from seasons 6 through 9 of the CW's The Flash TV show, Michael Swan, Cassandra, I believe her last name is Voyagus, Frederick Burns, Lauren Compton, who I'm told is a comedian, but I only know her from her social media posts from her podcast, First Date with Lauren Compton, and that's on Tom Segura's podcast network. And all the videos that I've ever seen of this podcast is never jokes being told. It's always her in a very low cut top with her tits like on full display, and the male comedian guest trying desperately to like not stare at her chest.
That's the blonde in this movie. Did not care at all for her.
It's to the point now that every time I'm like served clips from it, the male guests are wearing sunglasses because I guess they don't want to get caught staring at her tits.
I don't doubt it.
So it's like, I don't know what the podcast is actually about, because literally that's all that the clips are ever like served to me on like YouTube Shorts or like Instagram shit like that. So I don't know. And last but certainly not least, but definitely surprising, we have C. Thomas Howell. Howell is from TV shows like Castle, Psych, Grimm, Kindred the Embraced, The Walking Dead, and movies like E.T., The Outsiders, Red Dawn. He's the voice of Eobard Thawne, the Reverse Flash from the animated Justice League film, The Flashpoint Paradox, which is probably one of DC's best animated films.
Wait, who's this guy that you're talking about?
C. Thomas Howell. He was the cop. He was the white cop.
I'm pulling up his picture.
Yeah, he's The Outsiders, really? Fucking Red Dawn, E.T. Yeah.
Oh my God, I don't recognize him at all. Holy shit, he really was.
Yeah.
Dude, I don't recognize that guy at all.
Yeah. As soon as I saw it, I was like, wait, is Thomas Howell's in this? He looked like he had so much fun in this.
I gotta say, this movie had to be fun to make.
But those are just some of the projects that he's in, because like you just discovered, he is in a ton of other shit, but I wanted to focus on those because how else am I gonna talk about Kindred the Embraced, which was a vampire show from like the early or late 90s that I loved. It was only like maybe 7 or 8 episodes, But I was like, fuck, this is a good show. And then it was canceled. And then I found out that it was TRPG, like a tabletop role-playing game, but it was also a video game, Vampire the Masquerade. It was a vampire RPG. I think they just released a sequel to it. And I think there's a spin-off of it too. I'm not completely sure. But it's like, how else am I going to bring up that stuff if I just talk about like all the, you know, renowned shit that he's in? Production facts out of the way. Anthony, well, I would give like a budget. I don't know.
Really?
I don't know. It looks like it was made for like $500, so I don't know. What is your spoiler review of this movie?
Oh my god! Basically, if you've seen any fucking trauma movie, this is a little bit better than that.
Yeah.
Like it is comical, but in like if you're with your friends, you should probably like drink or smoke. And,
oh
like,
god,
put it on
if
the
you're
background.
high watching this, oh Jesus Christ.
Like, it is definitely like an entertaining thing if you're like just chilling with your friends and shit. Like, if you're taking any seriousness in a movie, then don't watch this.
Side note, I'm gonna say it now. At some point, I don't know when, but some point, we will be reviewing Dick Shark. I'm hoping.
No, why are we doing it? You said it was like 90% porn.
Softcore porn, but it's still.
So, I don't know what softcore porn.
No penetration.
Is that heavy petting?
Yeah, kind of.
No penetration. God,
it's weird. And
you're fucking killing me.
I'll
Shark
figure
dick,
stuff
dick,
out.
Shark, whatever.
There is a 7-hour cut to the film.
A 7-hour cut.
Yes. There was enough footage that there was like a 5-hour cut. I was talking to the director at the booth because I had seen this cover somewhere. I don't know where. I was in a store or someone else was talking about it. I've seen this before, but I can't fucking place it anywhere. And when I was walking, I saw it. I was like, why does that look so familiar? And I walked by it so much. I was like, I'm just buying it. It's $20. I'm just going to buy it. And I was talking to the guy who later on seeing, I'm pretty sure the guy that I bought it from was the director. The writer. He was like, on the DVD, on the Blu-ray version, there is a disc that has like the 2-hour cut, like the regular cut. But when talking on like a live stream or something, he had mentioned that there was like so much footage that there was a 5-hour version that people were like, oh, we want to see it. And he was like, bullshit, people want to see it. He was like, you know what? If people donate to the Kickstarter and we reach X amount of money,
program it, yeah,
I'll release that cut. And it hit that amount. So
nice.
So there's the
7-hour cut,
2-hour cut, and the other is almost 7 hours. Plus there's 2 hours of behind the scenes footage. So at some point we are going to review that.
That's horrible.
And I will make some special
icon because thumbnail because you definitely can't have it.
Oh yeah, no. We'll set up some sort of like, either if we start a Patreon goal, or maybe like a sub goal or something, that if we hit that goal, we'll review the 7-hour cut of the film.
Oh,
yeah.
Jesus Christ.
But it has to be a good, watch that. Yeah, it has to be a good goal. And it'll be like something like, if we get like X amount of subs, we'll review it. We'll like watch it and review like the whole thing. And then if we hit like an even like bigger goal, we'll do like a movie night, maybe like Discord live stream or something, where we just sit there for fucking 7 hours and watch the 7-hour cut, like Mystery Science Theater style. But yeah, no, I did talking about trauma. I was like, oh, I completely forgot about fucking Dick Shark. I completely fucking forgot about that. But yeah, no, you're right. Like this is a B movie in like every sense of the word. This has the spirit of everything, like Attack of the Killer Tomatoes, Attack of the 50-Foot Woman, like all those campy fucking things.
More comedy than trying to be serious.
Yeah, but it's okay because
it's not like it's a terrible movie in that fashion. I feel like they know what they were doing. Yeah,
I don't know if it's something about it just being campy fun, or that the movie went by so quickly. Like it didn't feel like a long movie. Like I was able to watch it, do the stuff, and then go and do other, like I completely reinstalled a new like air conditioner vent and shit, and did stuff in the backyard, and I was still able to clean the office, set up new stuff. And usually when I do these movies, it's like the movie just takes so fucking long, and having to write the stuff, it takes so it's so fucking much. that I can't do other stuff. This was just like, oh, I'm in and I'm out. It's like, oh, this is fucking awesome. This is how fucking movies like this should be. It was a lot more fun than I thought it would be. The actors that looked like they would be bad actors were bad actors.
I was going to say, don't you tell me there was good acting in this, because there wasn't good acting. But I thought it was very purposeful.
But then the actors that were good actors, like Kayla Compton? Not the blonde, the brunette, Michelle.
Yeah,
the Michelle
she
character.
was actually like the best. I think the best one out of all of them.
She was good. An established actor like C. Thomas Howell looked like he was having fun with the stuff that he was doing. The donuts looked good, whether it was the practical effects donuts or the CG donuts. They looked good. A complaint that I had was like the opening scene. Some of the actors looked the exact same age, like Johnny and the woman playing his mother.
Looked like looked like she had a baby doll fucking thing on, and you're just like, oh son. I was like, what? Like,
you know, you're my baby boy, and then she kisses him on the cheek, and it's like
fucking weird.
Are we about to hit like Dick Shark territory where like she's gonna go down on her son?
Stepmom. I said my stepmom is
it's
trying
like,
to
what is
have
going
sex
on?
with me. Like, I was like, what the fuck is wrong with this opening scene?
Because they look exactly the same age. But yeah, like it looked cool, and like you said, this is like a better trauma film because this feels like a more sanitized trauma film.
Yeah.
Where if this was a trauma film, every one of these women would have been naked. Every woman that showed up would be naked.
Stupid things. Yeah. They'd be dumb fucking like this and stuff. People
would have been fucking donuts. But yeah, I was surprised. I was surprised. It was a lot of fun. I believe it's still free on Tubi. I would recommend watching it. If it's on Tubi, watch it. Later, we'll give like an actual score. I'm not saying this is like a 5 out of 5, but it's like still
a 3.
It's still fun. So I like me personally, I would say watch it. I don't know.
I would just, like I said, put it on at a movie or something. Like at a like when you have your friends over, like you're just chilling, doing nothing. You want to read a book? Throw this movie on while you're reading a book. It's not gonna hurt nobody.
Well, all right, let's get into some plot. This should go quick because it's not a whole lot. Johnny Wentworth wakes up and prepares to go to his job at the Dandy Donut Shop, where he works with his childhood friend Michelle Kester. But his mom that looks the exact same age as him comes in babying him about having to mow the lawn and like, don't date this slutty girl, you should date this good girl, and you're my favorite boy. Weird. And it's
Why
weird.
Are you keeping track on what girls are slutty or not, Mom? This is odd.
It's all weird. She doesn't want him dating his current girlfriend. I think her name is Veronica, played by Lauren Compton. Yeah, because I think the other one is Kayla. But I also think in the credits, she's credited under a different last name. She doesn't want him dating the slutty girl, Veronica. She wants him dating the good girl, his childhood best friend, Michelle. But he has to state that Veronica is sexy and Michelle is meh. It's like... This is a dumb trope that I don't like in any movie. Sure, Veronica is attractive, but so is Michelle. So... it's just dumb that he's like, oh, but Mom, she's not sexy, and it's like, man, stop it. It's dumb.
You're not listening to facts. And the other one very clearly doesn't really give a shit about you.
Johnny needs his tablet, but his uncle Luther took it. Luther is apparently a mad scientist who lives in their basement. He has unwittingly created a serum that reanimates the dead. This scene, I don't know if you noticed. Was the color grade off?
Yes, it looked like it was supposed to be yes, it looked like an older camera was watching.
Johnny's skin looked like it had someone put like a brown circle over part of his face and his hands, but you could clearly see
it did look like that.
It looked like the rest of his face was like normal, and I was like, I don't know what the fuck's happening. Meanwhile, inside, Luther has this weird green glow to his skin that isn't the stuff around him, because it's also in his mouth. Like his teeth look green.
It looks like he was eating it.
Yeah. So it's like it's weird. Like all of this is weird. But Johnny breaks in. He gets the door open, and they have like the weirdest interaction. It's like, what are you doing in here? I told you not to come in when the door is locked. He's like, stop taking my stuff. And he's like, but I need it. And it's like, I don't know. This is when I said, like, oh, the actors that look like they're bad actors are bad actors. So you're just like, oh, okay, I get it. Like, that's what it's supposed to be. They're not trying to be like Laurence Olivier and everything. They're not Daniel Day-Lewis.
Looking for an Oscar involved here.
It's like, hey, you're a mad scientist, and he's like, okay, you know, and you're a dweeb. Okay, and it's like, it's sure. But Johnny goes to get his laptop. He goes to get his tablet, which isn't a tablet. It's a fucking laptop. Why do they keep calling the laptop a tablet?
Nasty laptop.
Oh, but
I don't know either. But dude, it's so fucking old. It looks like it's been cummed in a million times.
Yeah.
Dropped.
Yeah.
It's so fucking disgusting.
Yeah. No.
The fact that she touched it, I was like, oh my god.
Yeah. No. I hated it. We then cut to, he takes his laptop, tablet, and leaves. We cut to Michelle being driven to work by her loser brother, who complains she didn't perform free labor and fix a customer's broken laptop, because apparently he has a business where people pay him to fix his laptops, but he doesn't fix anything.
He doesn't do it.
His sister does it all, but doesn't pay him. And line and all this stuff. Paid. I feel like this scene went on for too long, but the brother's voice is super familiar, but I can't place it. Like the second turned around, I was like, well, it's like his voice sounds familiar, but I can't place it in what property I've heard it. She was great, but I couldn't stop staring at the dead cat on the shotgun microphone that was just below the dashboard that was sticking up. It was kind of sticking up the way my microphone is. Like if the dashboard was right here, it was just like fluffiness sticking up right on top. And I was like, oh man, you couldn't put that microphone down just a little bit lower. You couldn't like do some like in painting to like
the boom shot
to like cover it and stuff. Like you couldn't do anything.
Boom shot.
But it was kind
all the quality work had boom shots.
Yeah. While at the shop, Johnny shows up late. Michelle tries to make herself more noticeable to him, which doesn't work. They go outside. No. Before they go outside, he complains that his uncle ruined his tablet, and she quickly fixes it. Again, it's a laptop, not a tablet. There's no part of it that detaches. It has hinges and it flips open. It's a laptop. But yeah, she quickly fixes it, and then he doesn't thank her for it like an asshole. Then complains some more, and then goes, oh, it smells like shit in here. Did you take out the trash? And she's all like, so then they go take out the trash, and then this is where we meet his trashy, slutty girlfriend, Veronica, as she shows up with her friend, Bobby, who calls her babe. She requires more money.
Yeah. She requires more money.
We all know that she's using him for the money, and I'm pretty sure like those two have never kissed at all, ever.
No. And he's too old, dude. He is way too old to be having that kind of shit as an adult male. Like that there's a time period that's acceptable and it's well past.
So the Bobby in the car yells like, come on babe, about house arrest, I have to go home, blah. And then they leave.
You just say babe?
Yeah. He's like, no. So they leave. Back inside, Luther arrives at the shop and demands the quote tablet back because it has all his secrets on it. This leads to a fight between Luther and Cliff Burbank, the owner of Dandy Donuts. For some reason, Luther is not allowed in the donut shop. During this scuffle, a vial of the serum flies out of Luther's breast pocket and falls into the fat of the donut fryer. And this causes all the donuts that will be baked in this to be contaminated. The donuts now contain poisonous substance. It'll quickly incapacitate anyone that eats it and then eventually kill them.
In a gruesome way.
Yeah. A woman comes in who's been on a diet. I don't remember what her name is. I think I have it written down later when they say her name in a way that like I can actually hear it. She's going on and on about how she's worked out so much so that now she can have the treat of a donut and stuff. I'm like, sure, man, whatever. They give her a dozen donuts. And while this is going on, a couple of cops come in, leaving someone they arrested in the back seat, and they sell them shitty fucking coffee that looks like it's months old.
It's just terrible.
And then they give them contaminated donuts, and this is C. Thomas Howell and his partner. Their names are Rogers and Hammerstein. Back in their squad car, they drive a little bit, and then while they were inside, the detainee was like fighting with his cuffs to like get his arms in front of him. Back in the car, they're all like, he's all like, oh, could I have a donut? And they're like, no. It's like, oh, come on, you're not gonna give him a donut? And then eats a donut, and then almost immediately starts like getting all vomity and shit,
getting violent.
He becomes visibly sick and knocks out the cops and escapes the car while vomiting like everywhere. A rival restaurant owner, this hippie named Flanagan, visits, and I love that. I think it was Michelle. She's like, "Do you smell patchouli?" And then this hippie, dippy fucking dude comes walking in.
Comes in, yeah.
And it's just like, oh yeah, no.
What the fuck was that thing he had? Was it a brick of fucking cheese or something?
What?
They smelt that weird hippie?
Oh, I don't fucking. It was probably it was probably patchouli.
Famunda.
That's why they smelled it.
It was patchouli. That's probably why they smelled that.
He tells him that he made this like ultra super friendly vegan bullshit donut. That costs like $3 and something cents a piece, and that he's already sold like a couple of dozen. And Cliff is all like, yeah, well, I just created this sugar-free blah 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 donut, and they basically get him to take home a regular sugar donut, but it's contaminated. Johnny's friend Howard arrives at Johnny's house, where I was confused because like this clearly like special kid shows up at this house, knocks on the door, and then this like attractive woman opens it in a nightie talking about like, oh, I have like bacon mac and cheese and stuff. And he's like, oh, weird. And I was like, is that Johnny's mom? And I had to rewind all the way back to the beginning of the film, and I was like, oh fuck, that is Johnny's mom, because it's in the beginning. You see her in a certain way and it's like, okay, well she looks like this, and then you see her like this and it's like, oh, she's getting ready to fuck. After they fuck, Howard shows up at the donor shop and he's like, hi everybody. And Michelle doesn't understand why Johnny hangs out with him, and he's like, he doesn't really have friends. His parents kind of suck, and he loves hanging out at my house. And he basically talks about like, even when I'm not home, he hangs out there with my mom. And it's like, dude, he's fucking your mom.
Dude,
he's fucking your mom.
Dude, I couldn't. When I saw that, I was like, are you kidding?
But it's great because he's like, yeah, she cooks some mac and cheese and stuff, and it's like he's just
sit there and fuck.
His home life isn't great, so you know he comes over to mine and
he hangs around a lot. Sometimes he's there when I'm not home, fucking your mom. Like,
what's happening? Oh yeah, the old dieting woman. At some point, she has this weird, sexy dance ritual with her cat and the donuts, but then they attack her, killing her.
Why?
I don't know.
God,
I don't know, because they do pretty much the same thing with the hippie guy as well. The effects of the donuts, this is like the first time we actually see like the donuts killing someone, and it's like it doesn't look bad, which is weird because like
the diarrhea part is fucking annoying.
Yeah, well, because it's probably like.
Or do you mean the attacking kills?
Like when the donuts are like jumping around and like biting and stuff. It looks good.
Oh yeah.
But it's like it's weird because like we just had shots where it's like the color grading was like severely fucking weird, and then like they can't hide the fucking microphone and everything. So
yeah, I know.
So it's like I don't know. Like I was expecting the visuals to be way worse than like what they were. But that happens. The hippie is having his own weird sexual thing with the donut, thinking it doesn't have anything, and then he bites into it and he has a freak out because it's like sugar. It's a regular fucking donut, and because he's been defiled by it, he has to spit it out and wash it off of him. So in the shower, he ends up being killed by one of the donuts.
That's so shit. The shower seems ridiculous.
Back at the donut shop, 3 teenagers enter the shop and begin to sexually harass Michelle. Johnny defends her, and the incident escalates into a fight. This is the lamest fight scene that like I've ever seen, but these are also probably the lamest bullies that I've ever seen as well.
I just don't the shit that they said.
Yeah.
Like, your titties. Like, what are you fucking 10? Like, I just don't get it.
It's like, oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, your tatas. What the fuck are you?
Howard jumps in to help his friend. Sure, man, I guess. You know, whatever. What's it? Like that fight just isn't going well. So Michelle grabs her like pepper spray and starts spraying everyone in the face. I do like that she's like, Howard, cover your eyes, and then sprays. Then walks over, Johnny, cover your eyes, and starts spraying them and stuff. At least she's giving them like fair warning instead of just like willy-nilly spraying everywhere. But then Cliff comes out and fucking fires her. Which is, I'm like, what are you doing? Like,
I know, like honestly, that's a fucking lawsuit. He didn't give a shit. He's like, the customers. No, you're not a customer until you bought.
Yeah,
something.
You have to buy
now
something
you're
first.
Just a fucking unruly person. That's assaulting.
He smooths things over with the teenagers, giving them a complimentary dozen donuts and like drinks. So they're still not customers. They haven't paid for anything. They took stuff. Like that's how that works. Cliff fires Michelle, and he tells Johnny to get them donuts, and he's like, no, fuck that. If you fire her, then I leave. And he's like, oh, are you sure you're gonna? He's like, yeah, I'm sure. I don't need to work in this shithole. So he leaves, and they walk out. It's like, hey, you get fired. I'm not staying here. She's like, hey, can you give me a ride home? And he's like, yeah, no, I'll give you a ride home. Get in the car. They're about to share a kiss when Howard shows up. It fucking ruins the mood. Like Howard always does. Cliff gives them donuts. They leave, and then Cliff heads back to his office so he can jerk off to online porn. And while he's doing that, the donuts start the killer donuts start making more of themselves. Making up,
yeah. Right? They were pressing a button from the greaser they were coming out. Like, are they at the bottom of the greaser?
Mm-hmm.
You know, like...
While driving down the road to bring What's-Her-Face home, Johnny runs over the prisoner that escaped. They get out to check on him when he gets up and starts burping and vomiting noxious green gas before completely shitting himself and then dying.
Yeah.
At this point, the teenage rapists in training their eyes still aren't like working, and they're about to eat the donuts, but then they're killed by the donuts.
One way or another, donuts got him.
Driving further down the road, Johnny finds Bobby's car, and inside he discovers Veronica cheating on him with Bobby. No shit. Veronica has to break up with Johnny. I love that she's like, we need to talk. And he's like, you're not breaking up with me, are you? She's like, no. He's like, oh, okay, good. Because I know because like we love each other and stuff. And she's like, no, we were never dating. I was just using you for money.
I never was your girlfriend.
Yeah, it's like, I was never your girlfriend. I was fucking Bobby the whole time.
I just don't understand how he didn't know that.
Because I think he's just supposed to be dumb. I think that's like the whole thing. Like, his mom is fucking a friend of his. Like, he doesn't know what's going on. He thinks up until this point that Michelle is gross, when she's probably the cleanest, most put together person in this entire fucking film. Like what are you talking about?
I know.
She's clearly the smartest, since she's sitting there fixing everyone's fucking computers.
Has better moral codes than the other bitch.
He's all depressed and doesn't even like fight back. He's just like, whatever. And she's like, you're not even gonna fight back?
I want it.
And he's like, come on, babe, I have to get home. And I'm like, if you're on house arrest and you have an ankle monitor, that means you can't leave. How are you driving around? It's whatever. I know it's like just part of this. Like, this isn't gonna like knock the score or anything like that. It's just one of those things. Like, they made a point to be like, hey, I have an ankle monitor. I gotta get home. And then they're like on the side of the road fucking. So it's like, I don't fucking know, man. Like, it was just. It was just one of those things that I was just like, man, what the fuck's happening? They continue down the road and they find the bodies of the 3 teenagers, along with several killer donuts. They realize that the donuts they made are the ones killing people. So they decide to check on Miss Scolari, I believe her name was. That was the old lady exercise woman person thing.
Oh, okay.
At her house, unable to get in, Johnny hoists Michelle up to the 2nd floor roof so she can try to get in that way. She finds...
It's like those weird doors that were like on the old house.
Yeah, the doors to nowhere. She finds the old lady dead, but also a crap ton of killer donuts are in there. While Michelle tries to escape, Johnny and Howard get inside and fight the donuts, trying to... they end up destroying a couple. But during this break-in, the neighbors call the cops, and this is where we get the cameo from Christine Witt.
And that is the weirdest fucking cameo of the weirdest 2 fucking people ever. That old dude was so fucking odd.
Yeah.
It's not the right night for that.
Yeah. Oh, what did he say? It's not Matrix night?
Yeah, and I didn't know what that meant.
Yeah, I don't know. Officers Rogers and Hammerstein, who had been searching for the escaped criminal, arrive at the house to find Michelle hanging out of the 2nd floor window. I love that they ran up and immediately started giving her conflicting orders. It's like, put your hands up, don't move.
Typical.
Get down, stay where you are. But I love even more when she finally lets go and she just falls like a sack of fucking potatoes. It just hits the ground, and that's when they notice, oh, hey, you're the girl from the donut shop.
Yeah.
They realize she's from the donut shop, so they help her up. Johnny and Howard come finally running out of the house with weapons, and Rogers, C. Thomas Howell, just starts shooting and shoots the knife right out of Johnny's hand. While they're talking with the cops, the killer donuts that were in her house sneak out and steal the squad car. Michelle tricks the cops to go into the house to find the killers, and while the cops are in there trying to find stuff there, she's just like,
terrible. You
want to get out of here? They're like, but the cops is like, well, they didn't arrest us. Like, we're not in the cops, so we just leave. So they leave, and the killer donuts sneak out, and they end up driving down the road and finding Bobby and Veronica. The donuts kill them, and while that's happening, the main trio go back to Luther's laboratory in Johnny's basement, where he has developed an anti-serum.
It had Reanimator vibe.
Yeah, but bad Reanimator vibes. And he hands him like a thing, and it's like, you just have to inject them. And it's like, well, we can't inject every one of the donuts. So they come up with like, oh, we can spray it on them. So they head back.
Yeah, can't you just spray it on them too? I was like, why are you even having a conversation?
Yeah. They head back to the donut shop, now armed with weapons and anti-serum inside water guns. Back at the donut shop, they find an army of killer donuts now and a deceased Cliff. During their also intense battle with the donuts, Howard confesses to having sex with Johnny's mom, which I love that
could have went to the grave with. I
love that this new information like breaks Johnny's brain, but also like all the donuts are jumping around and he's like, I had sex with your mom. Like the donuts just stop and everyone's just looking like, what the fuck? Man, Howard tells Johnny to tell his mother that he loves her, and then goes to try and sacrifice himself by running out of the donut shop and trying to spray and I guess kill as many of the donuts as he can. I think at this point, Luther leaves to possibly go make more anti-serum, and this is when Rogers and Hammerstein arrive to help the group, but they just come in like oh shit, and like they just start shooting, but they're slaughtered by the donuts.
Really a slaughter?
Yeah, well, they're killed. I think Rogers like falls off camera and like blood is like sprayed upwards. Yeah, so then Luther leaves. Michelle and Johnny are forced to take shelter in a storage closet where Johnny starts having a breakdown, whining about how his girlfriend wasn't his girlfriend and now he doesn't have a job, and Howard is sleeping with his mom and he's worried that his mom will be all alone with nobody to take care of her. When Michelle jokes that she won't be alone, and Johnny, being such a dumbass,
did not get that joke. Yeah. Did not get that joke.
He's so dumb that he's just like, oh, well, no. Like, my mom will, like, my spirit will live on with my mom. And Michelle's just like,
you idiot.
No, your mom will have Howard because she's sleeping with Howard. Like, which then he's like, oh, God damn it. And he starts to, like, freak out and whine again. So she kisses him and he's like, oh. And it's like, I need you to sack up and help me figure out a way to get out of here. And they decide that the only way that they can get out of here is by blowing up the donut shop. But if they blow up the donut shop, they're going to be stuck in there. Unless they escape via the sewer that has an entrance point in the closet, I guess. So it's like, sure.
That is odd. Sure.
They blow up the donut shop and jump into the thing after everything crashes down around them. It cuts to outside and they come out from the rubble, which I don't even understand how that happened. Whatever. They start kissing there. It then cuts to them in his bed, having fornicated. They have a really cute interaction about dating and if they're dating. And she's like, well, I don't know. And he's just like, look, my last...
I didn't know I wasn't dating the other one. I want to know what's going on there.
Because we didn't specify stuff. And I didn't know. My last girlfriend was an imaginary girlfriend. So I'd just like to know if we are actually dating or not. They are. They're boyfriend, girlfriend. It's cute. It's whatever. They go to consummate their new relationship again when Johnny's mother comes barging into his room because he still hasn't mowed the yard. She tries to yank the covers off of him and he's like, Mom, please stop. And then Michelle pops her head up and she's like, hi. It's a little embarrassing, but the mom is over the fucking moon that he's actually dating someone like good. They were also, after I guess sex, they were going to go visit Howard. Howard survived. He just lost a nut, but Michelle does joke that with one nut he can still fuck his mom. So there is still that.
Oh, God.
So the camera starts to pan away as they begin kissing, but you hear one of the donuts laughing, and then a donut jumps on his outside windowsill as it cuts to credits. After credits, it cuts back to all the aftermath of the donut shop and that homeless dude that was like randomly in there, which he was funny when they were calling her a bitch and everything and talking about like, show us your tatas.
Dude, do you see the shit? He was fucking, his faces were hilarious.
Yeah, him going, yep, I can vouch for that. I took notes, and he holds it up, and I think it just says Tata.
He holds up a little napkin, Tata.
That's all it says. It's like, God damn it. And it's like, that's funny. But yeah, he's there, and what does he scream, Anthony?
Medic!
And that is the end of Attack of the Killer Donuts. Anthony, what are your final thoughts?
Killer tomato. Like I said, it's a fun little film, honestly. I mean, I don't like the fact they kind of left it off where there might be another one.
Yeah.
And gladly enough, there hasn't been one. But no, it was a.
I'm okay with there not being another one.
There's no need. No need for it.
Yeah, there's no need.
But it's a stupid movie. Like I said, it's a party movie. You put it on, you smoke some weed, you drink some beers, and you hang out for the night.
Yeah.
I mean, it's nothing more.
Yeah.
It's like what we used to do with like Idle Hands or some shit like that.
Oh,
You just throw it on.
Don't throw Idle Hands into that. Idle Hands is a fantastic movie. It's no Dick
No,
Shark.
it is. You just throw it on the party though. No, it's not Dick Shark.
But no, it's besides like it was shot competently and everything. Some of the effects are really good, especially if like the donuts looked good for what it's supposed to be. You know, like people hold like Attack of the Killer Tomatoes up to like this like such high regard. The donuts in this look better than the tomatoes in any variation of that. But it's what it's supposed to look like, which is what makes it look good, you know? So it's like I can't really knock it. Like it wasn't coming out trying to be like Shaun of the Dead and stuff like that. It was very specifically trying to be this type of movie. And it succeeded. Do I think they kind of fucked up with like the color grade where it's like that's one of those things where it's like
a lot of them that was fucking odd.
Where like it's something that takes you out of it, but it's something that takes you out of it because it's like it's so like jarring to see. It's like you just saw previously he's upstairs with his mom talking, everything looks fucking normal. Then he's downstairs in the basement,
and then it turns into some House of a Thousand Corpses fucking cutscene.
Then it's like, hey, we're trying to like fix how he looks because maybe we used a little bit too much light, maybe we didn't use enough light, so now we're trying to turn up the light, but it's fucking up what his skin tone looks like, so we're doing this, and they probably didn't use like a proper color grading monitor, so they didn't know, and it's like, all right, whatever. Like I said, I don't know what the budget of it was. The dead cat mic sticking up from under the dashboard. It's like, come on, man. You could very easily, in just about any software, fake put like more of a dashboard so it looks more like the dashboard is like curved and stuff. So like you can cover the microphone. So it's like, it's not like, oh, you can see the microphone. Oh, now you can't see the microphone. You could have done something like that, or just redid the take with the mic a little bit lower, raise the camera a little bit higher so you don't see it. Like there's any sort of things you can do, but I'm sure this was like a super rushed thing to like try to get it done as fast as possible. So it's like, like we said earlier, this is very trauma-like, just like more of a sanitized trauma, and it's
more palatable.
It goes by faster. It's not super gory, but
it's more enjoyable.
But it does have grossness. Like the prisoner shitting his pants was so fucking bad. It felt like it went on forever. Like it really did. It really felt like it just went on.
Like I was just waiting for him to finish that whole thing.
Yeah, I was like, please stop, please just stop. But no, I enjoyed it. It was I would probably give this. Oh man.
That's a long ass pause. I thought there was something wrong.
No, because I'm trying to think. Like I feel like giving it a 3, but like also for like the quality, it feels like it's a 2. But it was fun. So yeah, like a 3. I'd probably give this a 3 out of 5. You're the same?
Yeah. Like I honestly, I mean, it was bad graphic. No, like visually.
Yeah.
Yeah. But overall, like it's very entertaining.
Yeah. So it's like it's a 3 out of 5. It's not Shawshank Redemption. It's not The Exorcist, shit like that, but it's fun. It's a fun movie. So it's like if you just want to like smoke a joint, drink some beers, hang out with friends, and watch like a campy movie, like this is one of those. And it also doesn't overstay its welcome. I think that's the biggest thing that helps with his score, where because like we're not rating it on its technical ability, because if like that's what we're doing, 90% of the movies that we're watching on this would be 1 star because it's just utter dog shit when it comes to like technical ability. It's like we're when we're rating these movies, this is more this is more of a like, how do you feel watching it? Like, is this something like with the Backrooms review that I just recorded before this? Like, I gave that a 9 out of 10 or 4 out of 5. It's a great movie.
Yeah, I heard it was actually really good.
It leaves a little bit. Watching all of the Backrooms like YouTube videos and stuff and playing the games, I don't get like that, oh, that uncanny valley and that weird, like, uneasy feeling in me, like watching those things. But watching this movie, there was like an uneasiness, like deep in my soul, that was making me want to vomit. It was making me it was making like my insides so uncomfortable that I wanted to vomit while watching the movie. And like nothing gory happens in it.
Yeah.
But it was just like a feeling. And it's like, that's what I want when I go to see movies and stuff. And I don't feel that anymore. Like I don't get scared watching movies. Like that just doesn't happen.
Because we're just sensitized.
Yeah, like I've been watching horror movies since I was like 9 years old. Like it doesn't do anything to me. But it had jump scares in it that made me jump. I was like, oh. So it's like, that's why it's like, well, it's not horror. It's like, well, I mean, it doesn't have to be horror. You don't need to be like a kill every like 2 minutes. Like it doesn't need to be like that. It's all a giant umbrella of a genre. And it's like, this falls into that campy B movie, like horror comedy, and it's fun.
Yeah.
This is a fun movie. And the fact that it went by quick, and no one, I think the most obnoxious people in the whole thing were the 3 teenagers. They were probably like fucking 30 years old that came in and were sexually harassing Michelle and Lauren Compton. Like I hated her in this, but I hate that type of woman, not like the gold digger. I hate that type of chick in movies that like runs purposely jumping, jiggling their tits. Like, hey,
to get their way.
I hate that. I hate those characters. Like, I don't fucking care for it. And I get that's the character that she's like playing. But then it's like, I see all her like podcast clips and it's essentially the same fucking shit. And it's like, I don't fucking get it, man. So I was just like, I don't like this character like at all. We could have like done without it, but it's like everything else was just, it was fun. It was just a fun movie. I would definitely like to watch this again drunk or high. Maybe I'll take a gummy and watch it, or watch Dick Shark. I don't fucking know. But that is it for this episode of the Spooky Horror Show podcast. Next week, I have no idea what we're watching for the next episode. Did I open up? Oh, no, that's Firefox. Okay. I know at some point we're covering Good Boy. That I can't wait to cover. I want to watch that again. Where am I going? This is episode 91. Oh shit! Yep. Next one, episode 92, Good Boy.
Oh, that was a good movie.
So we'll watch that. I was just talking about that movie with my brother-in-law because he just watched it and he was like, "Fuck, that was a really good movie." I was like, "Yeah, I know." But yeah, that is it for this episode of the Spooky Horror Show podcast. Please remember to like and subscribe across all channels: YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. I don't know what they call it. Maybe they moved it to Apple Music. But yeah, apparently now YouTube auto put the spoiler-free versions of the podcasts that I edit together into their own podcast category. So now we have like the Spoilercast, like main podcast stuff, and then there's the spoiler-free section that started up like I think this season. So there's that. Like if you'd rather just watch spoiler-free shit, those are there. They're usually a lot shorter. They're usually between like 15 and 25 minutes. These are usually about an hour to an hour and a half. But yeah, remember, at some point we are going to be covering Dick Shark. Very excited about that. But all right, everyone, have a good night. Go watch some horror movies. Bye.
Boy.